up everyone? Hope you're having a good day. So in today's vlog, it will be a Q&A type style video. I'll just be here talking to the camera, answering questions. Now this is going to be the last video since I made the video a month ago saying I was going to do a giveaway. And I'm actually really close to hitting 5,000. And if I hit it by the end of today, it's like insanely close. I think I'll hit it, but then I'll be doing the giveaway in the next vlog for the $50 to like a random comment. So without further ado, let's get into the questions. Jessica asked, what is the hardest part about making your videos? Hardest part about making my videos is, well, first of all, coming up with the idea, because I mean, I'm not always just have a ton of ideas in my head like ready to go. So I would say probably the hardest part is actually coming up with the idea. Once I have the idea, it's pretty easy to, you know, execute and get into video form, but coming up with ideas is usually the hardest part. Also, getting people to cooperate with me is another difficult part about making my videos, because you know, I have an animal that doesn't always cooperate and doesn't do everything I tell him to do. And in addition to that, the filmers, I have my Thomas, is who you see in my videos all the time. He doesn't always film right. He always is getting some angle that I don't want, or it's like blurry. Like he'll film and it won't even be locked onto me. Like I'll be blurred out and something else will be in focus, and I'm just like, Thomas, just can you stare at the camera and just get it right? And I get into so many arguments with him, and usually he just gets frustrated, and after one take he's just like, stop yelling at me. If you yell one more time, I'm done with this. And then I am yelling at him, and then he stops, and I have to find someone else to film. Also, in this Q&A, if I don't answer your question, it's because I probably answered in a previous Q&A, so you're just gonna have to go watch previous video where I probably answered it, or I just couldn't get to all the questions in the time allotted for the video. But, next question. Jenny asked, what's your biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve, I don't know, sometimes it always changes, but I'd say my biggest pet peeve is when somebody acts like they know something that they know nothing about and then try to comment upon it. So arrogant people, I guess. Ignorant people, arrogant people. I don't like those people. So don't be ignorant, don't be arrogant. Jessica asked, how long on average does a Vine take to make? Now, this could honestly vary. Usually the ones that take the shortest ends up being the, you know, they perform the best. The ones that don't take a lot of efforts, for some reason, the ones you don't expect, just take off and go viral. And the ones you I've spent 4 hours on a 6-second Vine before. And those videos, sometimes they'll do well, but then a lot of times the ones you spend the longest time on don't perform as well. And it's because you put in so much effort that it just kind of takes away from the fun and the energy of the video, because by the end of the video you're so exhausted from just doing take after take after take that it just doesn't look right. A lot of times the best take is the first take. That's what I've noticed from doing this for 3 years. Next question, would you say that my dog looks like Quincy? I mean, the people can decide, but I would say that looks like you stole my dog, and I'm kind of worried. Quincy! Taylor asked, can you say dogs are really a man's best friend? I can confirm that. A dog is a man's best friend, because Quincy is my best friend, and I don't know. It's going to be hard for all you humans, it's going to be hard to outbeat Quincy. Sorry to all my human friends. Brenda asked, can I dog sit Quincy? I'm sure you're a nice person, Brenda, but it's funny, ever since these videos started going viral, I'm just like super protective over Quincy, because, you know, I mean, like I've talked about in the previous video, I get messages, like 90% of them are positive, but you do get those messages where it's just kind of like, geez, these people are like sometimes you like get a little afraid and nervous, and you know, people are like, yeah, we're gonna take Quincy out of your yard, like we know where you live, blah blah blah. So just like overall, I'm super protective of him, and so even when he goes out to like go to the bathroom and stuff, if I'm home and I let him out, I always like walk outside and I'm just kind of just like do whatever. I'm just on my phone and I go outside, just because I'm sometimes I just get a little too nervous with you know, the internet and the stuff that you hear happens on the internet and people finding addresses, and like I just, you know, I'm a little protected, that's all. So I'm sure you're a nice person, Brenda, and I would let you dog sit Quincy under the supervision of myself. So that kind of defeats the entire purpose of dog sitting, but just so you could say dog sit Quincy, you can dog sit. Malav asked, how do you get Quincy to learn so much? My dog begs and that's it. Well, Quincy doesn't, he hasn't learned anything. Like, he does everything he does naturally, and I just kind of play off of it in my videos. Like, I know what he does naturally, so then I kind of somehow tie that. I come up with ideas that kind of tie what he does naturally in. But yeah, we didn't train him, really. So these next two questions are back to back, which is kind of funny. But one person says, does Quincy like peanut butter? And then Summer asked that, and then Matt asked, do you like peanut butter more than Quincy? Quincy does like peanut butter, but no, Quincy does not like peanut butter more than me, because I don't think there's anyone in the entire world that likes peanut butter more than me. Especially peanut butter, chocolate, and banana, that combo. It can't be beaten. I've made so many combinations of peanut butter things that you would never believe. And I probably won't even say it because it's that embarrassing. But I love peanut butter. And I hope you do too. Next question. Taylor asked, would you ever get a tattoo? I guess I'll say never, but there's like a 99.9% chance that I'll never get a tattoo. It's just not for me, I guess. Like, it's not like I look down on other people with tattoos. It's just, I don't think it's my style. This person asked, where is the worst place Quincy has pooped? That's an odd question, I must say. But it's actually funny because a couple years ago, when I was first on the come up of Vine, like the summer where I had a lot more of my bigger videos, I had a really big one, and I got contacted by, like, at the time, he was the 4th most popular person on Vine. He's still like top 10. His name is Curtis Lepore. I don't know if any of you guys know who he is, but he also had a dog named Buster Beans, and he was the most popular dog on Vine at the time. And I was going out to LA, and he invited me to go out there and shoot some videos with him. And so when I went out there, as you know, I've said Quincy's not very trained, and he gets in his apartment, which is a really nice apartment, and within like 30 minutes of him being there, he peed and pooped like in his bedroom. And I was just like, and he had just like moved there and stuff, and I was just like, I was so embarrassed, and I was just like, Quincy, we need to train you, man. Even though we still haven't, but at the time, I was thinking that. It was embarrassing. And I'm sorry, Curtis. I know you're not watching this video, but I apologize again. I think this is the final question because of time, but the last question, who would survive a zombie apocalypse? You, Thomas, Quincy, or your little brother that looks like Frodo? Now, that would be Christopher, but I'm trying to think here. Obviously, I'd like to say myself because, of course, I'm going to defend myself. I think Thomas wouldn't be able to run because he's in a suit all the time, and you know that kind of prevents your running ability. Even though he ran cross country, he didn't run in a suit, and he would be wearing a suit when the zombies hit. He wouldn't survive. Quincy would be too friendly and approach the zombies like they were another human, and that wouldn't work. And my little brother looks like Frodo. I mean, I'm a better version of him, so yeah, I win. That's how it works. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do want to give a shout out to Jessica. Thank you for staying active on my Twitter. I do appreciate that. Now, let's see if we can hit 5,000 by the end of today, which is not many hours left, but I'm pretty sure I'm like 30 away, so I don't think it'll be too hard. Other than that, hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys on Tuesday.